Hello everyone. For this video, we've got the Transformers Studio Series 110 Shockwave. This is the Shockwave from the Bumblebee movie. This guy has just started shipping and being available, and I've been looking forward to getting this. So on the front, we can see this nice rendering of Shockwave from the movie. We get to see Shockwave peeking out from the package. He seems like he can barely fit in there. You gotta tilt the box up to see his head. Um, on the side, we've got a nice shot of his head. I was about to say face, but I don't know if you could call that a face. And on the other side, you get this nice broader shot of the entire character. And then on the back, you get to see the robot mode and the vehicle mode. And he is 22 steps. And you get to see the diorama he comes with. So they definitely took some styling from the Bayverse for this vehicle mode. Even though we don't get to see it in the movie, I don't know how much of this is reimagined or thought up or, kind of put together by Hasbro, but we've seen Shockwave in this kind of mode before, so I think that's fine. All right, so let's get Shockwave out of the box and take a look at his robot mode. All right, here he is out of the box, and you'll notice right away he's got two hands. They've been doing Shockwave like that for a while. I know the original toy didn't have two hands, but they generally give him two hands, and then he'll have, an accessory to simulate the gun hand. So this came separately, and I don't know if you have to transform the hand and put it on. See, nope, you can just stick it on there. So that's looking pretty cool. He's got light piping for the eye, and there's this clear plastic on the chest, and that looks really nice. Um, just to go over the backdrop that comes with him, this does seem to be a scene from the movie. Again, this could be, kind of put together, kind of photoshopped, but it does look pretty close. So that's nice. And let's zoom in on him just a little bit. So there's some decent paint apps. Uh, his I noticed right away there's some simulated scuff marks on the thighs. He's got some orange sprinkled on the arms. There is purple here. It's hard to see it because the purple and the grays kind of blend together, but there's purple there. Gray on the knees, gray on the side. There's purple on the thighs. Lots of gunmetal gray. Even part of the back is painted. So they've gone through some effort to paint this guy. For articulation, this shoulder joint is interesting. It's ratcheted on the horizontal part, and it's got a rotating hinge. The elbow is single jointed, but there is a cut at the forearm. The hand does turn. The head is on a ball joint, but there's not a lot of room, so it's gonna act more um, like a rotating joint. The hips are on a disc swivel. There's thigh rotation. There is a single jointed knee, and it's got up and down motion on the feet, and tiny bit of tilt. A lot of it's a okay tilt. You're gonna be obstructed by the side of the um, lower part of the leg there. So far so good. That's looking nice. So let's see him with some other Bumblebee movie figures. We got Soundwave, Starscream. So now you can complete the scene from the beginning of the movie. And then you can even go a step further and put him with Megatron now. So these guys are looking really nice together. Now you got a complete Decepticon army. It would be nice to have Skywarp. So maybe we'll get a Skywarp next. So let's get him into vehicle mode and take a look at how vehicle mode measures up. And lastly, here he is with a few other Shockwaves. So we've got the War for Cybertron Shockwave, and we've got the Legends Shockwave. We'll go over Legends here in a moment, but you know, our G1 flavored Shockwave, you can tell they followed a lot of cues. The overall shape of the shins, even the feet. I mean, the feet are different, but they gave them these, you know, blocky gray feet. Probably the biggest noticeable difference is the gun hand. It's a lot more elaborate on the movie figure. They beefed it up to make it, you know, I guess look more menacing. But you know, all the other design cues like the translucent chest window piece, obviously the shape of the head with the single eyeball and the we'll call them ears, the antennas or whatever they're supposed to be. And then with the movie, we get these pylons in the back that are pretty unique to this version of Shockwave. Now, the Legends version is pretty masterful. I mean, we're in an era where the designers are sculpting these things digitally, and they have access to the 3D files that the movie studios have to render these characters. So, you know, they start off with a lot, and they just have to work on simplifying and figuring out the articulation and mechanics. It is interesting that these two guys have different colors. So, like, this one is more of a. I'm trying to think of how to describe these. So, this one's got a little bit more blue in it, and this one's got a little bit more red in it. I think that's the best way to describe it. So, interesting that they went with different colors. I guess different people may have been working on both. But beyond that, I mean, they're, you know, this is really is almost like a miniaturized version of this guy, even though this one came out first. But again, like I said, that's because, you know, they're using the same original 3D files to start the process of designing these figures. So I thought it was pretty cool to show you guys. One last thing is he does have this rubber hose that attaches from the gun hand to his back. It's on the side, on the inside of the packaging. I almost threw this thing away. So just be aware of that. He does have this cable to simulate that classic look for his gun hand. Okay, so here is Shockwave's vehicle mode, and the transformation is extremely simple. So even though he's got this impressive robot mode, he's basically gonna spread the legs out, the chest pivots and moves forward, the back part of the chest folds forward, and you're going to do some parts forming with the gun hand. You pull this piece forward, it's on a double hinge, and then reconnect the hose, some tabbing here and there, and that's it. So even though the transformation is basic, he does get into this mode that we've seen him in quite a few iterations of. You're just basically getting a flavor that matches the Bumblebee movie. I mean, he rolls. It is quite functional. It looks interesting, but it's very simple and straightforward. Nothing wrong with that. So there you've got the vehicle mode. I don't think I can think of anything else to talk about here. You know, you could also bring the head up, have some kind of weird thing going on where he's like, you know, looking looking around with his head, but you just tuck that in there to hide the head. So pretty cool. I will definitely have this displayed in robot mode though, along with the other Decepticons. So that's it for the review. Let me know what you think in the comments. As a Voyager, it's really nice. Thinking about the recent Megatron, you're getting a lot with this figure for the Voyager price point, so I like that. So yeah, let me know what you think, and thanks for watching, and we'll have some more videos coming up.